Yeah, the last like vocal rock
Vocal.
kind of more song-oriented record has been 10 years. I felt it was time. I guess maybe I just wanted to do something radically different from the whole Toto thing and get away from that. But then my friend Randy Goodrum, who introduced me to my friends at Ride Records, said that they would like me to be an artist on their label, the first artist. And I thought, wow, young musicians with older musicians. You know, both my son co-wrote songs with me and played on it. My daughter sang some backgrounds on the song, and it was a family affair. And then I got all these great musicians together, and they brought what they brought to it, you know, their ideas and their input for the arrangements and stuff like that. And it just, once we started doing it, I was having so much fun. It was effortless, really. Even though I worked hard at it, it was not difficult work. It was fun and very creative, and the process really came together in a very positive way. I mean, the songs really were more important, and then the guitar I just facilitated. Like, I tried to play some interesting stuff. I mean, there's a million guys that do all this, you know what I mean? I mean, you go on YouTube, there's like, you know, a 3-year-old kid that can play faster than God, you know? That's not my point, you know? I mean, I got enough, I can do all that stuff, but I mean, usually when you make a record, you realize that record is a snapshot. That means you're always going to look at it. You're always going to hear it. So you want to try, I try to play something that was a little more memorable and something a little bit more like a surprise thing rather than just technical, you know what I mean? And most of the stuff was done in 1 or 2 takes, you know? I don't try to overthink it. I think I'm still a student. I'm still a student. I still practice. I surround myself with, and I've been honored enough to play with some of the best, and that rubs off on me, you know. And I learn every time. I'm still a music fan. When I go see somebody who's incredible play, or I get a chance to play with them, then you walk away a better musician, because something that they do, you go, wow, that was really awesome. I want to figure that out. How do you do that? And then I go home and figure it out, you know what I mean? I think most of us lifer guitar players, you know, long-time musicians, we have a tendency to inspire each other. But I don't even for 1 second think that I'm really, I think I'm a good guitar player. I wouldn't say that I'm great or I'm some legend or something like that, you know. I'm still trying to work at it. If somebody enjoys it, I thank them very much. I appreciate the compliment, but you know, I don't see myself in that way, and nor would I ever. Oh man, I listen to a lot of acoustic jazz music, you know, old school bebop stuff. I mean, I'm a rock player, but you know, I have sort of a jazz sense. I would never call myself a jazz musician in the true sense of the word. But, you know, I'm very inspired by the greats, you know, and I've had a chance to work with some of them and play with them. And that in itself is a great honor. You know, I'm not really sure where I fit in musically, you know. Like, I'm not a metal guy, I'm not a super, you know, pop guy, I'm not a country guy, I'm not a bopper, but I love all of it, and some of it comes into my music. So I just do what I like. And hopefully other people like it. You know? I got 30 years in, so thank you very much for that. I don't have any particular regime. I just kind of like you know, I have some books that I look at. You know, there's the Nicholas Slaminsky's book, Thesaurus of Scales and Modes. I found there's a wealth of information in there. A lot of times, some of these guitar magazines have some great notation in there that you go like, oh, I like, well, how does that guy do that? You know, and I check that out, and you know, you don't necessarily steal their licks, but if you learn something and you know, and you go, wow, okay, that's cool, and that inspires a whole different set of ideas.